I'm going to put this out here really quickly. I'm going to try to head to bed after this. I'm only doing this because God literally woke me up and was like, you need to get this out here. So, first of all, thank you, God, so much. Please help me get through this video. I'm incredibly nervous. I'm shaking. It's freezing outside. But I have to just pass along confirmation of what happened. So, I've been very insecure about the things I've been putting out. I already have low self-esteem. That's just something stupid I have to deal with. But also because I wasn't sure if it was proper for me to come in as a new person and start saying, oh, hey, look at me, God's talking to me too. I don't want to be like that. But here's the thing. Just yesterday, my son and we read the Bible every single night together. I have a husband and a teenager. They're not as involved or care as much about what we're doing. We pray together as a family for all of 5-10 minutes, and that's about as long as it lasts. My 5-year-old and I are praying, singing, doing praise stuff all day because I'm telling you, as somebody who almost took my life last year, and this was not the first time. This is like once out of, I don't know, a billion times since I've been alive that I've had that feeling. This feels really good, and I don't want to stop doing it. So I'm here to give this message, and I'm shaking to tell you it's coming. He's telling me to tell you it's coming, okay? The reason I'm getting up and telling you this at, 2:59 is because he's woken me up multiple times this morning. He woke me up multiple times yesterday. I didn't share the stuff I got yesterday because I was afraid it was going to be, nobody's going to see it. I have 22 subs. Who cares? But I asked God for a sign. Okay? What happened was we were reading the Bible tonight, my kiddo and I, and one of the stories we came across was about Gideon. Now, for me, we've been through his kid Bible 3 times now. This will be the 3rd time. And I still don't remember where all of this stuff is. But I always, when I hear the stories, I perk up and go, well, that's weird. I remember that. Specifically about Gideon was about him asking God to show him a sign. And he did it when he was using the wool. He was trying to say, if the wool is wet but the ground is dry, then I'm going to know that you've chosen me. Or if the ground is wet but the wool is dry. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But I thought that was an interesting story because just yesterday when I had a dream, and I document all my dreams, so I'm going to share those today. I'm going to trust God that I'm not going to embarrass myself. I'm not going to get thrown in jail for looking like a crazy person or something like that. I'm going to trust him that he is telling me that it's okay to share this stuff, that I have to share this stuff. So I'm being obedient and I am trusting him, no matter how weird this feels. Especially since, side note, I have a business that I'm trying to build, and I don't talk about God at all on that channel for fear of persecution, because the product I'm trying to release, the product is fine, but the people who might use it might not be Christians. It's related with dolls and collectibles. So I was told by my family to be very careful about putting myself out there in a Christian way because of my product that I'm trying to release. But on the other side, I'm looking like, I don't think we're going to be here, and I think that God is telling us that we're not going to be here. So anyway, the Gideon story. I'm like Alex Jones. I'm just rambling. I'm so nervous. So with Gideon, he had these two things that were supposed to give him a sign. But what I found specifically interesting was in one of the depictions of the children's Bible, like I said, which has literally saved me. It's helped me so much in this process of drawing closer to God, are the depictions. It shows Gideon wringing out wool. Well, what's weird was I have a history of night terrors where I physically get up and do things like I've run to the garage before when I was completely awake and ran off and hurt myself. I've done lots of really strange things in my sleep during my entire life because of night terrors. Seeing things, weird writing on the wall, people next to my bed, entities in my room, horrible stuff I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. But just I think it was last night or the night before. I'll put that in my video later today. I woke up and I had my hands stacked, and I explained it to my husband today because I was like, it was really weird, but it was almost like I was wringing my hands. And my husband's like, what do you think that means? And I said, I don't know, maybe God's tired of people. He's tired of, not people, but he's tired of what we're doing and he's wringing his hands. I don't know. But then later on, maybe that's part of it, but then later on, when my son and I were reading the Bible and we read the story of Gideon, I'm like, I was literally wringing my hands physically, like in front of me. I could see it. And I have multiple dreams where I've done that, where I've put my arms out. There's another video I have to share actually later today that came from very early. It was actually what I learned this year as Feast of Trumpets, because I didn't know any of the stuff about feasts, where I had a week prior a dream where I physically had put my hand out and it was stuck in a praise position. And then another woman on YouTube who's a watchwoman, I promise I'm gonna post all this stuff today. I've been holding on to all of this stuff since September 7th, and I've just been hoarding all of it, because I'm like, maybe God just wants me to get my family on board, to make sure that we don't get left behind. But now I don't think that's the case, because the biggest part was tonight before bed, I said, okay, so if Gideon did that to ask for a sign, I have to figure out what my sign is going to be, and it's going to be really big, because I want to know what God wants me to do, okay? So, Repo Man 64, if you're listening to this, if you happen to see this, you are my sign. I had messaged, or I believe I had tried to tag him in my video about my kiddo. I'm shaking. I tried to tag him in my video about my son when I realized that he said the same 3 robe colors. Repo Man 64 had said the same robe colors that the colors my son had mentioned in his filter video, which I still couldn't understand. But I think I understand now what that might mean. And it was significant to me enough where I was like, I'm going to tag Repo Man. He's not going to see my stuff. I have 22 subs, probably less than that now. Nobody's going to see my stuff. Nobody cares. Stay-at-home mom. Who cares? Anyway, I have low self-esteem. This is how I am. So the weird thing was, I knew this last night when I made that pact with God, when I prayed with him and said, give me a sign of whether or not you want me to just unload all the stuff I've been holding on to. And I said, if Repo Man 64 just even likes my video, or he comments back and says, oh yeah, that's cool, all right, lady, that would be enough for me as proof. So it was weird, because I got woken up this morning, and or after 2 o'clock, in one of my dreams, where my dreams always feel so real, I was looking up at the moon and I saw a meteor come, and God said, I'm coming. He said, I'm telling you, I'm coming, okay? That happened first. Since I notate all my dreams, I switched to a different program of me. Instead of typing in notes the time that I wake up, I've started taking a screenshot of my phone, because I don't want anybody to think I'm lying. I never want anybody to think I'm lying. That's how I've been my entire life. So I take screenshots, and after I took the screenshot, I ended up seeing from YouTube that Repo Man had subbed to my channel. He didn't like my video. He didn't comment on my video. He actually subbed to my channel. And then while I was trying to make this video 50 different times, because I'm nervous, I'm worried about sounding stupid. That's why I'm shaking right now. Yeah, partly I'm cold, but I'm mostly just super nervous. He ended up sharing my video. So if you need any proof that God is real, I have so much stuff that I get to share with you today, because I got my sign. But notice how God didn't just give me the smaller end of the sign, which was just him, Repo Man, just giving me like a like or a comment. He went a step further and said, you know what? I'm gonna have him sub to you. I'm gonna have him share your video. Trust me, as somebody who married on Halloween, oh my gosh, Halloween used to be my favorite holiday. I wanted to open the biggest Halloween, haunted house anyone has ever seen, playing all the darkest music I used to love. As somebody who used to grab like occult books and, you know, study them in my own time, and was very, very obsessed with that stuff. Listened to Marilyn Manson, really got into the idea of how awesome Satanism was, because they didn't hurt people. They just teach you how to, you know, respect yourself and look out for yourself. So stupid. I'm telling you, if God can take me, the horrible, horrible things I've done in my life, he can take you too. Because he will leave the 99 to find his one lost sheep. I can tell you, you are that one lost sheep. If you're watching this and you're not sure, there is nothing that is too bad or too broken or too difficult for God to sort through, for Jesus to sort through. He loves you so much. I'm proof of that. A lot of people on here are proof of that. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here because I've been talking for over 11 minutes. I'm shaking. I do want to give you a cool shot of the moon right now. And then this, I don't know stars. That's another thing. I kind of stay in my own world, but I want to give you the shot of the moon. Hang on. Can you see it? It's beautiful. And then this one twinkling up at me, this, I don't know, star, planet, whatever it is. Right there. And that has been twinkling so brightly while I was talking and kind of helped me feel a little bit better. Whatever that is. Anyway, so I love you guys. I love all of you. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you hate me, and I don't care if you are a stranger, because we are brothers and sisters. And I'm gonna head to bed for a few hours, and then I'll get up and I will start putting my material out. I love you guys.